Hey everyone, Alan Bauer here in Bay City, Michigan. And today what I want to talk about is how a $600 mistake can turn into millions of dollars in the next 3 to 5 years. And let me explain what I'm talking about here. So, looking back, I made a $600,000 mistake years ago, like about 20 years ago. And I'll go into it further. So I recently saw this article in Inc. magazine. They had an article about Jeff Bezos, and if you don't know who Jeff Bezos is, you're probably pretty familiar with Amazon. Well, Jeff Bezos is the one that created Amazon, and it made him a multi-billionaire today. And it provides a great service. I mean, I buy so much stuff off Amazon now. It's I love the quick shipping and everything like that. So everybody's familiar with it. So back in 1997, he actually launched this like on May 16th, 1997. He went public with Amazon. So he got all those investors in place before this. He had the company going probably 3 years or so before that. And then he got a bunch of investors and launched the company. So Bezos graduated from Princeton. And right before he launched the company, he went to Harvard and gave a speech to a Harvard graduate class or graduate student class. So here's all these graduate students, and Bezos gives them a speech about his online store to sell everything. And one of the graduate students there, wanted to give him some advice. So here's the advice that this graduate Harvard graduate student gave Jeff Bezos. He said, "You seem like a really nice guy, so don't take this the wrong way, but you really need to sell to Barnes and Noble and get out now." So, looking at that statement today, it seems pretty funny. And obviously, Jeff Bezos didn't take the advice of that student. And, they're joking around like, I wonder what this student's doing today. Maybe he's working for a bank, something like that. And he's probably still making good money, Harvard graduate. But very, very interesting. Um, And what they talked about in the article, there was a quote in here that I really liked. It said, "When you have a business based on a vision of the future rather than the present, understand that the majority of your critics will likely be looking from the perspective of the present." So, we hear a lot about this, don't live in the past, don't live in the future, live in the present moment. However, it's good to learn from your past mistakes and have a vision of the future. You can still live in the present moment, live day to day, but learn from the past and have a vision of the future. Well, obviously, Jeff Bezos had a vision of the future, and he did not sell to Barnes and Noble. I actually had stock back in Amazon, around the late 90s, right around 2000, when the dot-com revolution happened, and then it took a tank. So I had about $30,000 in stock back then. I had 10 stocks. Amazon was one of them. So I had about $3,000 worth of Amazon stock. Now, when they crashed, at the high, they hit like $90 a share. And then it dropped to like, down to $10 a share. I think when I sold was, I took about a 90% loss on this thing. So I did a very foolish thing and sold out. My $3,000 of Amazon stock became 300 and I sold out. Had I been smart, I would have doubled down, put another 300, or not, it's not 300, but $3,000 down on it. Because let's say at $10 a share. In Amazon today, they're at $1,908.99. They reached a peak of $2,185.95. And you could have bought them back around 2001, like for about $10 a share. They even dropped down to like low as $7.56 a share. So let's say you did that. That's 200 times that amount. That $3,000 I could have bought back then and bought it at $10 a share would have been worth $600,000 today. So, I didn't have a vision of the future. All I saw was Amazon went up, I was buying into it, all these dot-coms, and a lot of them came crashing down. They lost 90% when the stock market crashed. And then I believed all the articles I read at the time. They said how foolish I was and everything else. And, because why would you invest into a company that lost money year after year after year? And I thought about it and I said, they're right. But their problem was, too, they didn't see the vision of the future like Jeff Bezos did. He looked to the future. he saw the future was online sales. He foresaw all these brick and mortar places going out of business. I mean, look at the malls today. They're empty. Look at all these big box stores like Sears and Kmart and all these big brand names that we grew up with a kid. They're defunct, or they're dying, and they're on their way out if they haven't already. Toys R Us, huge toy store, out of business. It's just crazy. So he had that vision, and to have that vision to go year after year after year of losing money, and it wasn't until about 2008 that they started to crank a pretty decent profit. And then the rest is history since then, man. It's just like skyrocketed because everybody uses it. So how can I make millions off what I lost or potentially lost in the past had I made the right move with Amazon? Well, I look back at it now, and I'm writing the same thing with CTFO. CTFO has a patented product. Everybody and their brother out there is selling CBD. There's like 1,000 companies plus that are all selling it, and everybody thinks theirs is the best, purest. I mean, it's like the market's overflooded. Let's be realistic here. And it's very hard to do it. Karen and I were very lucky. We got into this business January 2nd, 2018. We've been able to produce, a good full-time income off it. We do split that with each other. But, we never lost money in this company. That's the good thing about it. It's not like Amazon where we have to say, hey, we're taking a loss. The very first week we got in this, we made, I don't know, it was $82, $86. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was $80-some the first week. We've never lost money with this company. We've always made money every single week we've got paid. And, we peaked out, like I'd say we're averaging, and I'm not making income claims here. Don't think you're going to make this in 2 years. You can make more or less, whatever. It's all dependent upon you. I'm just being transparent here and showing you what we're making. So we're making about an average of $800 a week right now. So that's about $40,000 a year. Recently, it just ramped up in the last couple of weeks. We're up to about 50, probably about $1,000 a week. So we're up to about $50,000 a year. I really believe this is going to take off. At our peak, we hit $1,600 a week. So we were like $83,000, $84,000. And then we had to go through some adjustments. We had a old website that needed to be updated, and there was a lot of stuff going on, and we had issues getting that turned over, but it had to be done. We had a visa processor issue, it affected 3,000 companies. We were one of those. We couldn't sell anything to anybody who had a visa at the time. So fast forward, we got through all those obstacles. And it doesn't mean there isn't going to be future challenges, things like that. But look at Jeff Bezos, what he did. And for years and years, he had a loss with Amazon, but he still had enough investors that kept investing in him. With this, you don't even need to invest anything but your time and effort. That's all we've done. So in 2 years, a little over 2 years, we created this full-time income off this, more than some people make in a year. It's residual income. We still both work a full-time job. So, but whether we get up and work the business or not, we still have that check coming in every week. Now we're definitely working it because even though that's a nice income from that, we see the potential to make millions. And I look at the top earner in our company, making about $1 million a year right now. We can be there in 3 to 5 years. I'm not looking that we're going to hit this overnight or in the next month or something like that. And too many people come into this opportunity, with the lotto mentality. It's like, oh, I'm going to sit back and see. I've actually had people email me, message me, say, hey, I think there's a problem here. I'm not seeing the spillover from you. Like they're sitting back on their butt doing nothing. And they just think like, we're building so much that we're going to give all this spillover to them and they're going to get rich. It's like a lotto ticket. It doesn't work that way. You got to work this business. Yeah, you can get some spillovers, maybe things like that. We never personally got any spillover, because if you're really working the business, you're going to be growing so fast that you're not going to get that spillover, and that's a good thing. So we're learning from the past. When I saw this article, it just hit me, and I said, I started doing the calculations. What would have happened had I had that? And I realized, had I kept that Amazon stock back then, I would have had $600,000 today. But that's okay, because it's taught me not to bail out of opportunities and to actually have a vision of the future. Not just look like, what are we making this week? It's like, oh my gosh, it went down. Like we went from $1,600 down to $800. I mean, we've had some weeks we've dropped down to $200 or $100, but we stayed with it. And we just keep moving on. You got to press through those challenges. Ask anybody that owns a business, like a traditional business. Ask them if their profits just went straight up. Most people lose money in their business the first few years until they become successful at it. We've been lucky. We've still always made money. We've never lost money in this. Always made money. We got it built up there, and we're really looking to ramp it up. Would I like to hit 100, 200 this year? Very possible, very probable. Especially with all the tools and everything in place. We've got through all that major stuff. So many cool tools that are in place right now, and the changes in the company, and things are really ramping up, and all the new technology we have to market this. Love to show everybody how to do it. How do you get involved with this? You can actually go to www.joincbda, like the letter A.com. So join CBDA, like Charlie Bravo Delta Alpha. So joincbda.com, watch the opportunity video there, and you can sign up for free and reach out to us, and we'll get you going and show you how to make some money in this thing. But what we're really looking for are serious people. I mean, you can join in with the lotto mentality, but I'll save you some time. If you join and you don't plan to do anything, you just wait to see what happens, you're not going to make any money. I can guarantee you that. So don't waste your time with that. What I'm looking for is serious people that come in. We're not asking you to invest money. We're just asking you to come in and actually work your business on a daily basis and do that for the next 3 to 5 years, and you should be making some pretty good money. So you probably make some good money before that, but I'm talking some serious money within 3 to 5 years. And you got to have that mentality to stick with it. So that's who we're looking to work with, and we'll work with you personally and help you build that up. So that's all I got for today. Learn from my mistake, take advantage of it, and you're the right company at the right time. We'll talk to you tomorrow.